What's up everybody, welcome back to DOT Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video, we are going to talk about Polkadot and the prospects of Polkadot going for a new all-time high, or perhaps even to the $100 target that pretty much everyone is talking about. So if you want to figure out exactly where Polkadot is going to be going next and the exact bottom for Polkadot, which I believe will be the case, just like how I predicted it for Bitcoin and Ethereum, I will give you guys an exact bottom for Polkadot. Are we likely to get there? Probably not, but I will still discuss that nonetheless. But right before we dive into the video, if you haven't already followed me on Twitter at _DOTCrypto, you're going to want to do so. This is where I'm sharing the latest market updates, as well as just anything that I might be looking at, as well as any trades that I might be calling. So make sure you follow me on Twitter at _DOTCrypto if you want just, all of the market updates, because I wouldn't have time to make videos every single day. So just to satisfy, these people who are probably not very patient, I do think that the Polkadot bottom is going to come in at about $19.1 and $17.7. Now, I want you to pay attention to this trend line that I drew on the daily chart. In fact, if you go onto the weekly chart, this becomes very visible as well. So this trend line, if I were to extend it, let me just extend it a little bit. Right, if I were to extend it, you can see that historically speaking, right, ever since the genesis of Polkadot, we have been respecting this trend line very, very nicely. And if you do get a retest of this trend line, I do believe that, that is going to be very close to the bottom, if not the bottom. So let's dive into this a little deeper, right? The reason why I think that 17.7 is going to be the bottom, other than the fact that it is, a trend line retest, right? If we do get there, I'm just going to go back onto the daily chart. Right, other than it being a trendline retest, it's not exactly a trendline retest, but you get the idea, right? Not only is that going to be a trendline retest, but if you go back onto the weekly chart, you can see that this is the last bearish, sort of block, right here, before a massive move upwards by Polkadot. This means that this is a bullish order block. Now, just like how I predicted the Bitcoin bottom and the Ethereum bottom by using order blocks, this is very similar as well, right? So in the event that we do get there, which is not entirely unlikely, right? But it's not entirely impossible, but it's very unlikely, right? If we do get back there, then that is going to be the bottom period for Polkadot, right? Which is at $17.7. So definitely mark that level down on your chart, right? Because this right here, bullish order block on the weekly chart, absolutely beautiful. And let me just mark this down, bullish OB on the, why not, weekly bullish OB. Yeah, right there. So this is your weekly bullish order block. So if you do get there, going to be the bottom period. Now let's talk about the trendline retest. So as for the weekly trendline retest, right, or rather, this trendline retest right here, the level that you're going to want to watch is about 21.6. Right, let me just drag this level up a little bit higher, and that's going to be the level $22, in fact. So if you do get back to $22, it should be close, right? Close. If we do dump immediately right now, then it would be feasible to say that this is going to be the retest. But if, we chop around a little bit before going down here, or maybe even chop around a little bit more before coming down, it's going to be, somewhere at about $22 to, give or take, about $21 to $22, right? So definitely keep in mind this range right here. In the event that you do get back here, it's going to be a very good area for you to look for a long with a stop loss set, preferably at about, below $20, maybe $19 or something. It's going to be a pretty good trade to take, unless, volatility is really high, then you're really going to want to consider dollar cost averaging into 4 of these positions instead, right? So if you had $1,000 to play with, maybe I would go in with 200 here, 200 here, 300 and 300, just to put it into perspective for you. So again, I'm not saying that we are going to absolutely go to these levels, but if we do, just like how I've been talking with Bitcoin and Ethereum for weeks, if we do get to these levels, it is going to very likely be the bottom for Polkadot, okay? And now, just to go into a little shorter term analysis for Polkadot, we are actually going to have to come back to the Polkadot against Bitcoin chart, because, Polkadot against USDT, there's not much for you to work with. Right now you just went through a dump. So if we want to work with something, we have to go onto the 4-hourly chart. And as you can see at the moment, we have just, broke through the top of the range right there. So again, I actually posted a video recently about how to trade ranges. So a lot of people get absolutely messed up by ranges, right? When the price is ranging, they tend to lose money very, very unnecessarily. And if you want to figure out exactly just how to overcome that issue, right, I've actually made a full-on video about how to thrive in ranges. So if that's something you're interested in, I'm going to get my editor to link the video on the top right-hand corner, right? That's going to teach you how to trade ranges. But basically, if you look at Polkadot right now, you have just broken through the range high. So on the short term, it is looking bullish for Polkadot. In fact, right now, you have just came back into this short term, right, on a lower time frame order block right here, which is formed after you get a break of market structure. So this right here is exactly where I would be looking to enter into Polkadot. Not only that, but if we go back and draw a fib from this swing low to the swing high right here, you can see that in fact, the bullish order block, right, the 0.618 target is actually on the mid-range of this range right here. And the way I stumbled upon the mid-range is by drawing a fib from this swing high to that swing low. That's how you get the mid-range. So, right now Polkadot is in an area where you might be looking for a long, or if it gets to the 0.618, that's going to be, the ideal entry for Polkadot, which is going to come in at about 27.3 or 27.4. But either way, you've just gotten a break of market structure and, potentially this is a higher low. So, who knows? Potentially Polkadot could be bouncing from here, but this channel is really not for a shorter term price analysis. So if you just want to figure out exactly how to trade ranges, make sure you watch that video on the top right hand corner. If this video has been helpful to you so far as well, I want you to drop a like button down below. It is a small gesture, but it is really helpful. Just understand that Polkadot right now is in a bullish structure, and at least in the immediate short term. So if you were to be looking for some kind of a long on Polkadot, that could be a time to do so. So on the daily chart for Polkadot against Bitcoin, it's actually looking pretty bullish as well. So if you guys understand anything about, if you guys have been watching any of my channels, if you guys have been watching any of my videos for any amount of time, you would understand that I talk a lot about how the markets move in phases of consolidations and expansions. At the moment, right now, right, the thing that I always talk about is you consolidate into a higher time frame support level and then you bounce, right? So this right here is our higher time frame support level for Polkadot against BTC, because just look, historically speaking, look at how many times Polkadot has bounced off of this line right here or found some kind of rejection. So some kind of reaction, sorry. So basically, am I saying that Polkadot is bullish in the short term? Absolutely. So based on, what is going on the DOT against the Bitcoin chart, it would be safe to assume that DOT against USD is right now in a bullish order block, which means in the short term, it should be going up. So I want you to mark down, right? This is going to be a trade for you guys who have been watching until this point. Mark down this place right here at 6,100 Satoshis. If you break above 6,100 Satoshis, you are going to go to 6,400 Satoshis. That's going to be take profit number 1. And take profit number 2 is going to be right here at 7,300 Satoshis. That's going to be take profit number 3 at 6,900 Satoshis, right? And take profit number 4 is going to come in at, I'm not saying that we're going to get there, but, if you do get there, that's going to be a take profit that you can take. And if we draw a swing, a fib from that swing high to that swing low, you can see that the 0.618 falls just about 7,500 Satoshis. So that, that could be the area where you would want to look for a short, because right now on the daily chart, you are having, bearish market structure because, you just made a lower high. So potentially this is going to be the lower, you just made a lower low, and this is going to be potentially the lower high at the 0.618. So definitely mark down this area right here at 7,500 Satoshis and definitely take the majority of your profits at this level right here and potentially flip into a short for Polkadot. So for those of you, this is going to be the plan for Polkadot over the next couple of weeks. Is this going to play out? I don't know, but it's a trade that is worth taking. And if you think these kinds of trades are awesome and you want to get access to all of them, then you're going to definitely want to check out the private group where you're going to get access to all the trades, as well as all of the coins that I'm looking at, as well as any market updates that I might be looking at. Basically, you're just going to understand, when's a good time to go in, when's not a good time to go in. As a bonus, we're making money pretty much every single day. You're going to get access to my snipes, breakouts, everything, as well as the trading course, which I am in the process of revamping. Now, I might be opening up the monthly subscriptions soon, so make sure you stay tuned on Twitter to find out more information about it. But now let's translate the trade from Polkadot against Bitcoin down to Polkadot against USD. So what I'm expecting to happen is something like this, potentially something like that, and then something like that, right? So that's going to be your take profits for Polkadot. So let me just draw out some levels for you. So it's going to be the first level, it's going to be a second level, this could be another one as well, but you get the idea. So at the moment, Polkadot on the 4 hourly is sitting in a bullish order block. So your stop loss is going to be below, potentially. So we're using the mid range as the, as the point of value right here. So your stop loss is definitely going to be at about 20, potentially 27, 26.9, right? And then your take profit, first one is going to be at about 32, second one, 35, third one, potentially 36.8, and the fourth one, take all your profits at about 40. It's not a direct translation, but still, nonetheless, you get the idea. So for those of you who have watched until this point and you just want to help me help out the YouTube algorithm, just comment down a word DOT down in the comment section for dot. But otherwise, I hope this video has been helpful to you. And for now, may the gains be with you, my friend, and peace.